Welcome back to Lovely, the podcast where we explore the beauty, thrill, and complexities of love and connection. I'm Leah, and today I want to share a story about a man who swept into my life like a whirlwind and left just as quickly. He was enigmatic, magnetic, and utterly unforgettable, a Hungarian adventurer with a taste for danger and desire. This is a story of passion, mystery, and the fleeting moments that leave us forever changed. Sit back, relax, and let me take you on this unforgettable journey. The moment he entered my life is forever etched in my memory. The Hungarian adventurer stood there with an air of mystery, his piercing dark eyes scanning the room like a hawk. He had a presence that commanded attention, drawing every gaze toward him. The charm he exuded was both practiced and irresistibly genuine, as if he had spent a lifetime perfecting the art of seduction. I remember the night we first spoke, the atmosphere charged with energy. It was in a quaint cafe, the kind where the aroma of freshly brewed coffee mingled with the sound of jazz playing softly in the background. I sat at a corner table, lost in a book, when he approached, a sly smile curving his lips. "You must be a traveller of the mind," he remarked, his accent wrapping around the words like silk. "But tell me, have you ever ventured beyond these pages?" I looked up, taken aback by his boldness. "And what makes you think I want to?" I replied, raising an eyebrow. His smile widened, revealing a hint of mischief. "Because life is not meant to be read. It is meant to be lived. Allow me to take you on an adventure, even if just for one evening." I hesitated, my skepticism battling against an undeniable curiosity. His confidence was intoxicating, like a fine wine that lured you in for another sip. With a sigh, I nodded, surrendering to the allure of the unknown. Dinner was set in a dimly lit restaurant, candlelight flickering like fireflies around us. As he spoke, his voice was a low rumble, each word dripping with allure. He painted vivid pictures of distant lands, deserts that stretched endlessly, bustling markets filled with spices and laughter, and nights spent under a blanket of stars. "Once I stood at the edge of the Sahara," he said, leaning in closer, his breath warm against my skin. "The sand danced around me like ghosts, whispering secrets of ages past. It was there I felt truly free." "Free?" I echoed, intrigued. "What does that even mean?" "Let me show you," he replied, his eyes locking onto mine with a smothering intensity that sent shivers down my spine. His touch was gentle, yet electric, a mere brush of his fingers against mine as he poured the wine. "Do you believe in magic?" he asked, his gaze unwavering. "I believe in reality," I retorted, though my heart raced at the way he looked at me. "Reality can be a form of magic," he countered, his voice dropping to a whisper. "When was the last time you felt alive?" I couldn't answer. I had always played it safe, my life a series of predictable outcomes. But with him, the possibilities felt endless. As the night progressed, the air grew thicker with tension. He leaned closer, his voice a tantalizing whisper. "What if I told you that adventure lies not just in distant lands, but right here in this moment?" Before I could respond, he reached out, gently tucking a strand of hair behind my ear. The simple gesture sent a jolt of electricity through me. "May I?" he asked, his voice barely above a breath. What followed was a kiss that transcended mere physicality. It was a collision of souls, a dance of passion that ignited every nerve ending. His lips were warm and demanding, yet tender, as if he were unwrapping a delicate gift. "Do you feel that?" he murmured against my lips, his breath mingling with mine. "That is freedom, my dear," Days turned into a whirlwind of encounters. We explored the city together, each outing an adventure in itself. He had an uncanny ability to make even the mundane feel extraordinary. One afternoon, as we strolled through a sun-dappled park, he pulled me into a secluded spot where the world seemed to fade away. "Tell me your secrets," he urged, his voice low and seductive. "I have no secrets," I replied, a teasing smile playing on my lips. "Everyone has secrets," he insisted, his gaze piercing through me. "What are you afraid of?" "Maybe I'm afraid of you," I admitted, surprising myself. He chuckled softly, his fingers brushing against my arm. "Fear is an illusion. Embrace it. Let me show you what it feels like to live without boundaries." His words were a spell, and I found myself drawn deeper into his world, a place where nothing was off limits. Our nights became filled with whispered confessions and heated touches, each moment more intoxicating than the last. One night, as we sat on a balcony overlooking the city, he turned to me, his expression softening. "You're different," he said, his voice low. "You make me feel something I've never felt before." "What's that?" I asked, my heart racing. "Vulnerability," he replied, his gaze intense. "But I can't stay. The call of adventure never lets me rest." "Then why are you here?" I breathed, feeling the weight of his words. "Because you are an adventure of your own," he confessed, leaning closer. "And I can't resist the pull of your spirit." In that moment, our lips met once more. A kiss that held the promise of everything and nothing at once. We became lost in each other, the world around us fading into oblivion. But just as quickly as he had arrived, he vanished without a trace, leaving only echoes of passion and whispered secrets behind. A half-finished glass of wine remained on the counter, along with the haunting scent of his cologne on my pillow. I searched for him, desperate to recapture the magic we had shared, but he was a ghost, slipping through my fingers like sand. I was left with the memories of a whirlwind romance, a fleeting adventure that felt both exhilarating and agonizing. Even now, I can't help but wonder if he thinks of me, if he tells tales of our escapades to another woman. A part of me aches for the thrill of our connection, yet I am grateful for the way he awakened something deep within me. He taught me that life is meant to be lived fully, with passion and wild abandon. Even if our paths never cross again, I carry the adventure he gifted me, a flame that will forever burn bright in my heart. And just like that, the Hungarian adventurer was gone, leaving behind nothing but the memory of his touch and the stories he wove. Sometimes, the most intense connections are the ones that burn brightly but briefly, teaching us something about ourselves before they fade. I hope this story resonated with you and reminded you of the beauty in life's fleeting moments. Thank you for tuning into Lovely. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear about the adventurers who've crossed your path. Until next time, remember to embrace love in all its forms, no matter how fleeting it might be. See you soon.